Alright guys, this is going to be a short one. So I slowly started noticing that I was starting to have a little bit of play in my steering wheel. It got worse and worse, like kind of slowly over time. So let me show you what it's doing now. Alright, so if you go in here, you jiggle the wheel a little bit. There's that much play in the wheel right now, it's gotten that bad. So if you look at the actual wheel, I'm still doing that jiggling and the wheel is not moving at all. So there's that much slop in the wheel right now. So I'm going to show you how to fix that if that's happening to you. Alright, so I'm going to throw the car up on the lift real quick. So in this case I have new tie rod ends in here. The tie rods are brand new, inner and outer. I have new upper ball joints and lower ball joints. So everything is good, everything is new, and I was still getting this slop in the steering. So you can see these are nice and tight. So my next thing was to check the rack. Alright, so you got your steering shaft coming into your rack right here. And if you have somebody turn the wheel and this steering shaft moves and your tie rods don't move in and out of your rack, then that means you have play in your rack. And there's a pinion gear in here that rides on the rack gear and pushes it from side to side. So there's a preload adjustment in here. I couldn't really find much information about this online, so this is why I really want to do a video about this. There's a cap here, which I think is like a 7/8 internal hex. We're going to be using a bolt head to spin that. And this right here is just a jam nut. So I already loosened this up. You can take this off just to ensure it doesn't get in your way. It comes right off a couple threads. And then what you're going to want to do is thread this nut down into the rack a little bit to gain tension, or pull it out to remove tension. So what I got here is a nut that's roughly the size of the inner diameter of this thing. So I'm just going to put that in there, and I'm going to use a set of channel locks to set the preload. I'll take this and we're going to give that a couple of turns. I can feel it starting to get tight. And once it's tight, I'm going to back it off just a little bit because you don't want to overdo it or you're going to have hard steering. Now I'm going to throw the jam nut back on there. Alright, we'll tighten that up with the pliers so it doesn't move. And we'll bring the car back down and see how tight our steering feels now. Alright, so the car is back on the ground now with some weight on the wheels. Let's see how we did over here. Alright, so I'm going to give the wheel a little jiggle here. And I'm going to shine the camera at the tires. Alright, so pretty much the slightest movement now where the wheel moves the tire. You can see it's moving. So that is way better. So I hope that helps you guys out if you're having any problems with play in your steering rack. Don't forget to always check your tie rods first, because that's usually the most likely culprit. But if your tie rods are good, then definitely check into adjusting the steering rack. And thanks for watching. That's a wrap.